What should you expect when planning to take AP Japanese?
Just the normal workload of AP. It's a college level course, so just expect to know that you do have to do work. It's not going to be an easy class, but at the same time, if you have been following along from Japanese 1, Japanese 2, 3 honors, then that means that you have actually prepared yourself for that level.
On average, how long would you say homework takes per night?
It depends on the student. I mean, if you say how long is the test, it depends on how much you've actually studied. So it might take anywhere between 15 minutes to 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And so it just depends on the student.
What does an average day in AP Japanese look like in terms of classwork?
And everything from daily conversations, to actually doing review games and practicing vocabulary, news articles, short stories. I mean, there's a kind of a plethora of things that you kind of have to do. Writing, just everything is included. So we have to follow along the reading, writing, speaking, and listening aspects of everything. So it's one of the toughest things, I think, to do as a foreign language teacher is kind of follow along all those areas. Sure the students are prepared for the next level.
What type of students are meant for AP Japanese?
What type of students are meant for the AP Japanese? I would say it's a different breed. You have to have some resilience. You have to have dedication. You have to know that you got to be okay with hard work. You got to be okay with things that are tough. And when you get through that process, you'll know that even at 3 honors or even 2, a lot of times I'll see that in Japanese 1. You'll see students that they exude that, they show those characteristics, and they're almost like college ready from the very beginning. And so you start seeing that early on. But those are the type of students that we look for. Those are the type of students that I think any AP teacher will look for. And remember that even though students take AP, they're not always ready for AP. And so we have to kind of keep that in mind as well. So we have to hopefully try to bring them up to that level during the course of the school year.
What do you think is the biggest challenge students face in AP Japanese?
Time management. I think, they have a lot of things that are going on with their classes. AP Japanese is not exactly their core class. They have other things that they focus in on. They focus in on math. They focus in on, AP or, other AP classes. They might be in band. They might be in sports. So they have this as an elective. And so this may not be their main focus. So I think that's one of the main things there.
How can AP Japanese help you in terms of the future?
In terms of the future, honestly, it's just looking at a different perspective on things. So if you have a different perspective on different culture, a different lifestyle, different language, how things work, you have a better understanding of how people are in the world, and you actually have an appreciation for that. You don't do that, you're short-sighting yourself. You don't really understand people, you don't understand the cultures around you, and you might not appreciate what is going on globally. And so you really want to make sure that as a high school teacher, even as a high school student, you want to be a global citizen, once you get out of high school. And so I think kind of broadening that perspective is important.
What type of questions are on the AP Japanese AP exam, and what does the test look like?
Everything from free response. I mean, it's a tough exam. It's kind of geared towards native level speakers, but just like anything else, and like all AP exams, you have your multiple choice, you have your free response, you have your speaking element, you have your listening element. You have a very mixed area of assessments, and so it's challenging, but it is at the college level. So it's something that you do have to study for throughout the 4 years.
How can a student be successful in this AP course?
Just like any other AP course, just like any class, you have to put the time into it. The amount of time that you put in is what you're going to get out of it. If you only put in a little bit, you're going to get a little bit out. And so, when you come into class, any class, right? If you say, I didn't really study that much, or I actually studied, but for 1 hour yesterday, that's just cramming. That's not studying. That's not being involved in your class. And so being able to incorporate that time and manage that time throughout the day, throughout your week, and being able to do that, that's what actually colleges want to see when they actually admit students. They want to be able to see that you are able to manage your time with all the coursework that you have, the clubs that you're involved in, the sports that you're involved in. That's what they want to see, and that's how you're going to be successful in my class, in any class, is that being able to manage your time and commit to that management of time.
And lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Go Huskies.